demonic entity in the guise of a sorcerer named Morduk. The villagers, terrified of his supernatural powers, chose to worship him rather than confront him, hoping to appease his wrath and protect themselves from the calamities he could inflict. Alex, a young man of 24 who had recently arrived in the village, was dissatisfied with this state of affairs. Raised in a distant city of culture and learning, he could not believe that the people, instead of using reason and logic, had turned to the worship of a demonic being. Alex decided to uncover the secret of Morduk and show the people they need not fear him. One night, Alex cautiously approached Morduk's abode. The thick fog, like an invisible curtain, enveloped the house. His footsteps on the dry autumn leaves sounded like war drums in the night silence. A deep anxiety took root in Alex, but his mind was made up. He took deep breaths and moved forward. Alex's steps grew heavier as he neared Morduk's door. The door, adorned with dark wood and strange carvings, creaked ominously with every gust of wind. Alex took a deep breath and turned the cold iron handle. The door slowly opened, and a sound that seemed to rise from the depths of hell echoed through the air. Inside it was dark and cold. The only faint light came from candles with blue flames, creating a sinister and mysterious atmosphere. Alex, now at the peak of his anxiety, entered quietly. Suddenly he heard a voice. "Why are you here, Alex?" A voice that came from everywhere and had no identity. Alex, feeling the fear in his veins, replied, "I have come to discover the truth. Who are you, and why do people fear you?" The voice laughed, a sound like the cracking of bones in Alex's ears. "I am Morduk, and you cannot bear the truth." Suddenly, the candles went out, and total darkness engulfed Alex. He felt something in the darkness approaching him, warm and heavy breaths on his neck. Alex screamed. Alex's scream was swallowed by the absolute darkness. He felt something cold and invisible grasp his hands, pulling him deeper into the house. Alex struggled to free himself, but it seemed a force beyond human strength had taken hold of him. A rustling sound suggested that creatures were moving within the walls and beneath the floor. Suddenly, whispers in an unknown language filled the air, and Alex felt watched by eyes he could not see. A weak light from a window above shone down, and Alex saw Morduk's face. The sorcerer, with red eyes and skin as if made of ash, wore a mysterious smile. "You are bold, Alex, but boldness alone will not help you here." Morduk raised his hands, and suddenly, Alex felt his body lighten and float into the air. He was lifted towards the ceiling, and at that moment, the candles relit, revealing creatures with translucent skin and dull eyes all around him. Morduk, with a now calm and mesmerizing voice, said, "Welcome to my world, Alex. Here, I am the law, and you are my guest." Alex, realizing he was trapped, said with a trembling voice, "I just wanted to know why people fear you. I didn't want to harm you." Morduk laughed, a laugh that now contained a hint of pity. "People fear me because they do not understand that I am their protector. I shield this village from dangers they cannot even imagine. And you, Alex, you have now become part of this story." Alex, now bound to the ceiling, understood there was no escape. He decided to seek understanding and knowledge of this new world instead of fear. Perhaps, just perhaps, he could find a way to live alongside Morduk and his creatures. Alex, now bound to the ceiling and seeking understanding of this new world, suddenly realized he felt a power within himself. Always thinking he was just an ordinary man, he now understood he had an inner strength previously unknown to him. Focusing on this newfound power, Alex managed to free himself from the invisible bonds and gently descended to the ground. Morduk, observing this change, asked in surprise, "How did you do that?" Alex, with a firm and confident voice, replied, "I don't know, but perhaps we all have things within us that are yet to be discovered." Morduk, now with a look of respect in his eyes, said, "Perhaps you are right. Maybe I too should seek the hidden powers within myself." Days and nights passed, and Alex and Morduk began to work together. They taught the villagers how to use their inner powers and to seek understanding and coexistence instead of fear and worship. The village, once a place of fear and despair, became a place of solidarity and strength. Alex, now recognized as a leader and teacher, taught the people how to communicate with beings from other worlds and use them to improve their lives. Morduk, no longer seen as a demonic entity, became one of the village's protectors, helping to safeguard it with his powers. And so it was that Alex and Morduk, two beings from different worlds, managed to work together to lead a village from darkness to light, showing that even within the greatest fears, hope and light can be found.